In this comparison video, we're taking a look at 3 of the hottest, most sought after floor liners. We're gonna break it down to price, features, fit, and how they look. Now, all these companies have sent these out to me for review in the past. They've been in my car for periods of time, but this video is not sponsored. In fact, the whole purpose of this video is so when the video is over, you can take a look and make a good choice of what model is best for you guys. So here's what we're comparing today. First up is a company called MAXpider, a company called LasFit, and finally a company called JOWUA. So first up is the MAXpider brand. There's a ton of different combinations you can purchase on their website, but they range anywhere from $129 if you just wanted a couple mats, all the way up to $500 and a little over that to get a full complete set. To get the front driver, passenger, and rear passenger, you're looking at a little over $200. And you can buy them for both the Model 3 and the Model Y. Now in terms of features, I think the most prominent feature here is what they're made out of. They have a 3-layer construction. The top layer is made of thermoplastic textured waterproof rubber. The middle layer is XPE. The middle XPE layer reduces foot fatigue and reduces road noise. And then the bottom layer has a slip resistant material, kind of like Velcro on the bottom. And then finally, it's made with non-toxic materials that are also odorless. Now these are anti-slip, they don't slip. When you put them in the car, they pretty much stay where you put them. The downside, of course, to that is this Velcro type stuff on the bottom. It could potentially start pulling on the carpet, which is a possible downside. However, in the time that I had them in, I didn't really notice any, but maybe over a long period of time, you might. I guess you'd have to decide, is it more important that they don't move, or is it that they don't damage your carpet in any way? It's mostly plain. It does have a pattern to it, of course, which mostly adds grip. On the driver's side one, there is a spot here where your foot goes. This is gonna help it so your foot doesn't slide, especially when it's wet, which is a big deal if you're not tall, where your forward pressure is more like this with your foot rather than pushing down if you're a taller person. So having something here on any of these is going to be very key. And on all 3 of the ones we're looking at today, they all have this protection here for your left foot. In terms of protecting your car, they are waterproof like we talked about, so any of the spills are going to be caught in there. They also have plenty high walls, at least an inch high, on both the front and the back floor mats. Now, like I said, there's lots of variations of this that you can buy, but this, what we're looking at today, these are all for the Model 3. We're going to be kind of going back and forth between the 3 and the Y today, depending on the sets that I currently have. But this is an example of the front liner. Again, they do sell a trunk liner as well. You can just add it to the mix on the website. And you can see that the fit with these, like any of these we're gonna be looking at today, is pretty much spot on. Most of these are using some kind of 3D laser scanner to get them all perfectly fit. And so really finding some that fit well is really not an issue. What I do find is a concern with a lot of them that I've reviewed, and I've done over 30 here on the channel, not that I've put videos out on, but that have been sent to me, is a lot of them get creases in certain areas, and that's what I look for in terms of fit. I have no doubt they'll all fit in the car. It's just which ones look the best when they're doing their fitting. So the key points of the MAXpider is lots of grip, they're not moving anywhere, soft rubbery texture, waterproof, and simple design. Now next up is a company called LasFit. These are the least expensive, coming in at $179.99. These 2 are both for the Model 3 and the Model Y. Now all 3 of these do something entirely different for keeping them not moving around. On the Model Y, they have little tabs that you kind of put into your trim that help them stay in place, although I found those do almost nothing. But as you can see here on the back, they have all these little bumps right there, and that's what's gonna give them their grip. I do think these have some of the coolest designs for kind of a sporty modern day look that I've seen of any that I've looked at. But again, that's just for someone who wants something a little bit more busy, a little bit more exciting to look at. These are also made out of TPE materials, which, by the way, if you don't know what that is, which I didn't, it's called thermoplastic elastomers. And according to Wikipedia, that is referred to as thermoplastic rubbers, or that's what it's sometimes referred to. And they're a class of copolymers or physical mix of polymers, usually a plastic or a rubber, that consist of materials with both thermoplastic and elastomeric properties. If that made any sense to you, that's what they're made out of. These ones are obviously not going to do any kind of damage to the carpet underneath. However, the drawback to that is that when they are installed, after a period of time, I did find that the sidewall started coming a little bit further away from the wall. When I first installed them, they were held in place. And I think this is why they put the tabs onto the Model Y, is because it kind of would keep the sides of it in, but those kept coming out, like I said. The thing is, when you have walls this high, it's gonna be hard to keep them that rigid the whole time. As you step and slide and they sort of move and bend with the weather and different things, they aren't gonna keep perfectly molded to the side, which isn't all that important. It's more of a cosmetic thing. The important thing is they will always catch all of the spills, and they're obviously very washable. Now, as you can see, they fit into the car absolutely perfectly, like all of them are going to do. I didn't notice any wear spots on these as well. except for this one spot on the rear passenger ones, the long piece, where I couldn't get it positioned just right to where it wasn't catching the seat. I think it already had caught it once. There's a wrinkle on it or something, so every time I would move or adjust my seat, it would push on that spot on the rubber. But I think that might have been an installation issue. Not really sure what happened there, hard to say. For the price, these certainly do the job. They're gonna keep all the water and any messes contained on the floor mats. They're certainly washable, durable, and I personally think they have a really cool design. Now, last up are these ones by JOWUA, and we have the full set here, and I've had JOWUA in and out of my car for years. JOWUA has been a brand that, if you've watched the channel before, I've said they make products very unique. They never just make a product, almost every product is multifunctional. So these are priced in that same ballpark as the MAXpider ones. For the front end passenger, you're looking at $225 for both the Model 3 and the Model Y. And if you want to add the front and trunk liners, they're going to be an additional $150. So you're looking at $375 for the full set. Now, of course, that's before tax and before shipping. The other two brands offer free shipping in the United States. These do not. JOWUA, you do have to pay for shipping. On the rear passenger one, you see it's also got a little spot right here, and that's to fit in their Kleenex box or some kind of a compartment, could be a little garbage can or whatever, that they also sell on their website that fits right in there. Now the design on these are pretty cool. They're like a carbon fiber type of look. It's obviously not carbon fiber. These are made out of plastic, but there's a lot of grip on these, and both in water in the Pacific Northwest, like all the rain and muck we get here, I've never had any issue here with sliding, both on the driver's side or kids getting into the car or anything. They offer super high walls on the sides as well, so they're gonna contain any kind of mess that are gonna be needed for these. So, if you live in a dry climate where, maybe the worst that would happen is maybe someone spills something in the back, maybe the higher walls isn't that important, but here when you're getting out of snow and mud and stuff from soccer games, having this kind of thing is really key. And like the others, it also covers the left footrest. Now the way that these grip are with these right here, there's like a strip right here of like very mellow kind of Velcro grip tape. And I've never had an issue with these really sliding around much. That hasn't really been a concern. These just seem to do the trick. At first I thought they were gonna be a little bit insufficient compared to especially the MAXpiders, but these actually do a great job holding it in place. It just needs someone when you put your feet in to not push it forward or pull it sideways. So really just two strong contact points seem to be enough. You don't see stuff like that, however, on the back because these are touching on all the different sides, and these things are such a tight fit, there's just no need for it on the back. However, the front, with how you're getting in, you do need them. I do really love how these things look. They do add kind of a styling, kind of classy look to the car with how they fit, with the extra little functionality they have. These do offer a pretty cool look, but I can see how for some people it might be a little bit too much. Part of the design is for the look appeal, part of it is for the traction, the grip that you do have on it. And overall, these are a really good set of floor mats. So we've covered 3 different sets, but which is the right one for you? With all of these, you're gonna be paying close to $200. And if you want the full set for your full car, you're probably paying over $300. Now, this next part is clearly my opinion. Everyone's gonna vary a little bit because everyone has different taste. But who are the winners in each category? LasFit wins for price at $179. Of course, that is including just the front and the rear passenger floor mats. At the time, they don't make any other floor mats, so if you want to get a full package, those aren't even an option. If you want a plain design, the MAXpider is going to be the winner for you. And of course, if you want something a little bit more exciting type of design, both the JOWUA and the LasFit are both going to be pretty decent options. In terms of fit and not moving in the car whatsoever, grip is going to go hands down to the MAXpider. The problem, of course, with that is it's very hard to get into place with all that grip under there, and you do risk it pulling on the carpet and stuff like that over time. However, if you're really wanting something that stays in place, that fits perfectly, that's gonna stay perfectly in place, the MAXpider has it there 100%. However, the JOWUA is very close in second place. I didn't notice any movement there. And in terms of how it's been cut, fitting in the car absolutely perfectly, I would say the JOWUA is by far, well, maybe I shouldn't say by far, by a